There was a book I read quite a while ago called The Mental Toughness Handbook, and I was going through my old, well, not my old notebook, but a notebook that basically I have like a load of notebooks that I write in on all the time, so I can't just keep it all to one notebook for some reason. But yeah, I wanted to talk about some the notes I made on it, and I need to actually read them before I talk to you about them. It's just, it backs up everything that I've really said to you guys, so definitely go and check it out. I read it on Kindle, but I'll put a picture here. I'll put a picture on here in front of my face or something of what the book looks like on the physical copy of it. So if you want to go out, if you ever see it in stores, get it. I'll just rattle off some of the notes I made on it and then talk about it. But the first one would be, both success and failure are just feedback on our decisions and actions. Once you start to view failure as feedback and not as a reflection of your capability, then you can start to learn from failure. Now, this is very important because learning from your failure, well, that's the only way you learn, really, is through failure. If you're going through and doing something on your own, the only way to learn is through failure. And now, not all failure is bad. And as soon as you start to view it like this, not all failure is bad. It's a learning opportunity. It's an opportunity to learn how not to do it. It's just like I was thinking earlier. When you get something wrong, it's not always a bad thing. Maybe you're just learning how to not do it wrong. There might be different ways of doing it. So there might be different ways of getting it wrong, of doing it wrong. But the more you fail, the more you learn how not to do it wrong. It's like a process of elimination. There's only so many ways you can get it wrong before you can get it right. So be excited about failure. Seek failure. I watched a video of Will Smith talking before, ages ago, and he was saying how when you're in the gym, what you look for is failure. You break your muscles and you look for failure in them. Like, you go until they can't go no more. So why are we not doing the same in our own ventures? In maybe you've got a business, why are you not looking for failure? Obviously, I know you're not going to go out there and be like, oh yeah, I want to fail. But just know, if you do fail at something, it's an opportunity. It's a blessing, not a curse. It's an opportunity, not a reflection on your capability. There was a word in Finnish, and I know I'm going to butcher the word probably, but yeah, if you know the word, then correct me on how to say it. Send me a video or something on how to say it, a voice note, whatever. But it is sisu. I'll put how to spell it on so you know what I'm talking about. But it's a word that loosely translates to courage in the face of certain failure. Once again, once you start viewing failure as an opportunity to learn, you won't be afraid of it. The next point is delayed gratification again. And it says in the book, delayed gratification is the decision to resist enjoying something we crave in the moment for something we crave even more down the road. Which is pretty much what I said. But if you want to know more about delayed gratification, go and check out my other video here. I'll put it on that little eye. Click that. Check it out. But yeah, delayed gratification is a must when trying to achieve goals. So it's better to learn how to do it now than having to do it later when you haven't achieved that goal and you try again. When creating habits, you're going to slip up at times. It's inevitable. You're human. Just forgive yourself, move forward, and get back to creating that habit. I have this analogy that I read in another book called The Little Book of Psychology. I kind of took part of what it said in there and put it in my own way. And this is what my thing is. It's that we all have habits, yeah, and I believe we can all only hold a certain amount of habits ourselves. So whether they be good or bad, we can only hold a certain amount. In order to create new good habits, you need to be able to flush out the bad habits, and you need to make them extinct, basically. So in order to have something new come in, the old bad version needs to be extinct. And it takes time. It's a process, creating habits. It's hard. You're not always going to be able to do it like perfectly. If you've got a daily habit you want to do, you're not always going to do it every single day, especially at the start. But stick with it, and over time, it'll become a daily habit where you don't even think about it, you just do it. But if you want to know more about habits, check out a book by James Clear, Atomic Habits. You've probably heard of it, but if you haven't, check it out. And then there was a quote by Henry Ford, and if you don't know who that is, it's the geezer who made Ford. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And this goes back to mindset. It's important to believe in yourself. If you don't believe you can do it, then how do you even expect to do it? And how do you believe that others will believe in you if you don't even believe in yourself? You're setting yourself up for failure straight away. You've got to be able to believe in yourself 100%. If you don't, just don't bother going into whatever it is you're trying to do. I've put down here, self-confidence is important. If you believe you can do something, then you will do it. Equally, if you believe you can't, then you won't be able to do it. And like, think about how many times you have thought, I can do this, and then you go on and do it. Think about all the times you thought, I can't do this, and you've gone on and not been able to do it. Like, you're making it 10 times harder for yourself if you don't believe you can do something. Like, prove yourself right. Believe in yourself. Like, that's one of the top qualities you need to have, self-belief. So yeah, that's just a little video on a few notes from the Mental Toughness book. If you like this video, then check out the other videos and check out the books that I suggested in this video. Pretty good books. I've read both of them, I think. Both of the ones that I suggested I've read. But yeah, join the Gentleman's Club by subscribing. And until the next video, peace.